Good morning. It is Friday, July 7th, and I'm out on just a walk because, I don't know, things feel weird physically. So I am going to take it easy and just enjoy the morning air, get a deep breath, those kind of things. Anyway, I am almost done with my melting summer treat socks. They actually went way by faster. They went by way faster than I thought they would. So I thought it was gonna take me like 2 weeks, but they didn't. I have heels to pop in and then toes for one sock. So not that long. I've got one more section of color work, so probably maybe about an hour and a half left to work on them and then to weave in the ends, and they're done. And now I have to cast on the Stephen West surprise sock along, which I am debating whether I should turn that, whether I should cast that on today or tomorrow, or wait until July 9th so I can, nah, that won't work. Just kidding, never mind. I'm going to cast them on as soon as I'm ready. And then I have a couple more socks in the works that I want to cast on after this test knit, the melting summer treats. I have no more test knits, which is very exciting, and I'm really pleased that I actually can kind of do different things, do knit alongs instead. I really like test knitting. It's really fun. Most of the time I have a great time with it, but as my sister says, I gotta start signing up for test knits so there's a little bit more like breathing room, right? Because sometimes it gets a little hairy, but that's all right. Today should be a pretty chill day. I've got another doctor's appointment because of my weird stuff physically. And then Lottie's got camp, and we're just gonna hang out this afternoon. And hopefully we will get a lot of crafting done, and hope you have a good day. So my day 7 is way too small because I already used it for a pair of socks or something. So I think I'm just gonna pop in my day 25 into as its little supplement so I can get through the rest of the row that I need to do, or the rest of the section rather, because yeah, I don't really want to have a really weird stripe, and I think they complement each other enough. Whoops, my bad. You think?
Hello, dear ones. I'm Che, your other half of the Slip Sis duo, popping in for what I'm calling a special guest appearance to Gabs's Christmas in July Vlogmas, because one, it's fun when I get to just sit here and watch her vlog along throughout this, because I typically get to do our December Vlogmas, but also because I have a funny story for you all, completely non-knitting related, but who doesn't love to hear about other people's woes? So at my work, I have the pleasure of sitting on the fun committee for summer. So our staff and our team do fun events throughout the summer, and so I co-chair the fun committee, and our fun committee outing for today was paddleboarding and kayaking in Marina del Rey, which is about 10 minutes from our university. And yesterday I was actually up in Ventura County. I had to go to the dentist because I used to live in that area, and let me tell you, I love my dentist. They let me watch Netflix while they clean my teeth, and you know, if you find a good dentist, you're committed to it. So I do drive an hour to go to my dentist, and so while I was doing that, I was visiting some friends up in the area, and so I knew I was going to get back home late. So I packed my paddleboarding / kayaking attire ahead of time. Like a good girl, I was prepared. It was in a special bag. It was kind of a beachy, like burlap bag. So I felt like I was thematic. And then this morning I was like, oh, I forgot a hat. So I put a hat in the bag. It's all packed up. Everything is piled. Like I have my backpack, I have my gym bag, I have said paddleboarding bag, and I have my lunch bag all in a pile in my living room, ready to go. I typically like to leave around 5:30 in the morning to go to work. I don't have to work at 5:30 in the morning, but I get to work out and then, you know, get my day going. So I scoop up my stuff. I drive on over. Oh, there's a bit of honking going on my street here. And I make it to school, and it's about a 20-minute drive without traffic to school. But the reason I also leave so early is because if I leave any later, the traffic immediately starts to build up. I get to school, I grab my stuff, I start walking towards my office to drop off everything. And I'm like, something feels light here. I'm like, I had a lot of bags packed, but I'm not carrying a lot of bags. And I look down and I'm like, where's the paddleboarding bag? And I'm like, oh, Chaylee, you've left it in the car. So I walk back. It's not in the car. Nope. I fully left it in my living room, just sitting there in the middle of it. And get this, all of my other bags are black. This was the one like colorful bag, and that's the one that I left on my floor. So I'm like, ugh, it's gonna take me a whole hour to go back and forth to go get it. I'm like, and that's ridiculous. So I decided to do a light workout at the gym, and luckily down the street from us is a Target. So I'm like, I'll just go get some stuff. Like I can makeshift a paddleboarding outfit. Like it's fine. I can get stuff that I'll use again. Fine. I get to Target. It's one of those like city Targets where it like has like half the stuff. So I'm feeling limited in my options. Plus it's like 7 o'clock in the morning and I'm like shuffling along trying to find a swimsuit. And I finally put together this makeshift outfit. I knew it was going to be a little bit more expensive because like I couldn't, there weren't a bunch of sales and things. And I was like, it was desperate times, right? Desperate times call for desperate measures. So I get up there, I'm checking out, the clerk is lovely, and then like I'm not really paying attention, and I pay, and I start to walk away, and I look at the receipt, and it's $74. And I was like, hold up. So then I go back, and I'm like, I think I might have been double charged for an item and then not charged for the one that was actually significantly cheaper. And I go back, and the clerk is so apologetic. She's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't do this. And I'm like, it's fine. It's 7 o'clock in the morning on a Friday. I'm in a desperate place. Like, I don't mind at all. So like, that's a little scuffle. I get all my stuff. It's fine. I get to work, and my colleague very innocently asks me, oh, what are you wearing to kayaking? And then I launch into my whole soliloquy about this, not soliloquy, but like my epic about my paddleboarding outfit. And so we get to work, and I end up, my boss has just come back from her vacation, and I'm like, oh, are you coming? And she's like, no. And then we realized like literally only 3 people from the office of the people we invited, there's probably about 25 of us, only 3 of us are prepared to go paddleboarding. And so we're like, that doesn't quite feel worth it. So we didn't go paddleboarding. So this whole saga of the outfit, which is still actually, the bag is still sitting in my living room, I just don't have the heart to unpack it right now, was for nothing. And so instead, the 2 others who were going to go paddleboarding went back with me to Target to return the items. And then we went to get margaritas. So that was my Friday. But back to the knitting. This evening, I am working on my Stego sweater, which is a test knit that I am working on for Mary of Hunt Hand Knits. You might have seen a bit of this in our Colorado or Breckenridge vlog. I am working on the bottom. I have a couple, I believe I have about 10 more rows of color work to do as like the bottom detail, and then I have the ribbing, so I'm hoping to do all of that tonight. And then I also want to add this little bit of yarn, which I forgot I had just tossed into my seg sweater bag, because I'm moving my beer, which is in my It's Yarn O'Clock somewhere cozy, which I got from one of our yarnables, which this is a yarnable colorway. Gabs and I just did scrappy socks on that. You probably saw hers on her earlier Vlogmas. I want to add that to this magic knot ball that I am making for my sister. There's actually quite a bit of this, so I'm probably going to add it to my own magic knot ball. See size difference. Also, we've been taking pictures and sending them to each other, and I send them like this, and I say mouth for scale. So this is the giant magic knot ball my sister and I are making for each other to make our bits and bobs. And so I'm going to add these to that. I am sitting on my brand new couch. If you follow us on Instagram, you might have seen a picture of this. It's one of those cool ones that like pulls out into be more couch. So this is my first time enjoying like a cozy night knitting on this couch. I am knitting on this. I'll be probably knitting here for the rest of the night. I have my sister's vlog from today, or that she posted today, to watch, and then I'm going to catch up on Nitty Natty and the Crazy Sock Lady. But it has been a pleasure to hop in on this Vlogmas with you all, and thanks Gabs for giving me a little corner of your vlog. But stay tuned, and I hope you're enjoying Vlogmas with Gabs as much as I am.